Hi, Jim and Michelle. Well, I'm sitting out here on my porch, and it's a warm, beautiful evening watching the sun go down, and pretty excited about helping you with your horses here. You know, first of all, this horse is 15 years old, and if you watch this horse travel, his hocks are way out behind him. You know, this horse is too straight in his conformation to ever be smooth. So no matter what you do to him, you cannot change how he's built. Okay, so his gait is such that his hocks are hanging out behind him now. And if you watch him lope there, he's not very balanced, meaning that his left front foot looks like it turns out slightly. His hocks are not way up under him where they should be. And you see how straight he is up and down behind. Like you should be able to plumb bob down through the horse's point a quarter down through his hock, and his foot should be in front where you see everything is. Watch his hind end move here. Everything looks behind him like kind of like a ostrich walking around rather than way he should be built. And then his shoulder slope is straight up and down, so he has this funny little gait in front. Okay, so yeah, this horse is going to not change. Okay, I couldn't train him to change him any different. And that means that probably he is what he is. Okay, again, your horsemanship, uh, you work on that improvement, that'll help you a little bit. But I think you're dealing with a horse here that is going to stay the same. Okay, that doesn't mean that he can't perform slightly better. So his stopping and turning and such, to be able to do that, you're going to have to go and you're going to have to work on his collection. That means that you're going to have to use two hands on the reins, maybe a draw rein situation, and draw his head back up under him and use your legs around your horse a little bit more, okay? And collect his head up to the point where um, you're going to be able to, you know, get his flexed at the pole, lower his neck and head, bend him right and left, load lots of circles with him, back him up a little bit, do those kind of things. Work on his mouth, slide that bit across his mouth a little bit. Something else for you to think about is when you're riding a 15-year-old, when you're riding a horse that's over 5 years old, you ought to be in a curb bit, not a snaffle. So you're riding these horses in a snaffle, which is a training two-handed piece of equipment. It's a training piece of equipment that you use, and you slide the bit across the horse's mouth, and that warms the corners of the horse's mouth up and allows you to have a direct pull. So by riding with a low ported type of curb bit, you're going to be able to have, it's called a leverage bit, and you're going to be able to rock that horse's pole down, and by using your legs around the horse more, you're going to raise his back up, which will bring his hocks up under him a little bit. Obviously, if he was built better, they'd bring him up there a little bit more, and that's what we call collection, is riding the horse from the back to the front rather than all off their face like you're doing right here. Okay, so those are some of the things for you to think about. I'd put him in a curb bit. I'd do a lot of bending, and when you do ride in a snaffle, I would ride with your hands apart, hip width, and do a lot of bending and flexing a pole and doing that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's my suggestion for you on this horse. Good job.